From Vince Scully Avenue, welcome to Dodger Stadium. It's Major League Baseball on a Friday night. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. And Chris, we've got an opportunity to watch one of the true superstars in the sport, Mookie Betts.
Yeah, Boog, he's one of the pillars of this lineup. And when you have a guy like that that's so consistent and so productive, you want to make sure you can do whatever you can to get him to the plate. Get him as many at-bats as you can in a ball game. If you do that, you got a really good chance of scoring a lot of runs.
Just about set to go. Today's starting pitcher, Dustin May.
Nightmare start last time out. Just couldn't put things together. Didn't make it out of the first inning. He's got to shake it off, try to put things together, and have a good one here.
Now up for St. Louis, Tommy Edman.
Leading off tonight for St. Louis, the shortstop, Tommy Edman.
The wind and the pitch. That's in there, and we are underway in game one of the series. Next offering is in for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Next pitch misses way outside. Struck him out looking. So he gets the call and picks up the strikeout looking.
Sometimes with a good hitter at the plate, he'll be the one to get the benefit of the doubt if he lays off on a close pitch like that, but just not right there. The strike zone definitely expanded a little bit with 2 strikes.
And up next for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Left-hand batter waits. So 2 balls and no strikes. No score, just getting started, top of the first. The 2-0 is in for a strike. 1 down, base is empty. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. The 2-2. And a base hit into right. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Here's Paul Goldschmidt, 5th in the NL in batting average coming into this one. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike, and that's strike 1. Chris, Paul Goldschmidt has turned into a really good player for a guy who was an 8th-round pick in 2009 at Texas State. Many all-star appearances, Silver Sluggers, and then in 2022, an MVP. And the right-hander deals. Now this is in the air down the line. Betts makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs, Tyler O'Neill.
And Boog, he brings a big bat to this lineup. He's on pace to hit more than 40 home runs this year, and that's a guy where if it's more than a couple of games without a dinger, guys are wondering what's going on. You're so used to seeing him round the bases. You put a guy like this in the middle of the lineup and just put it on autopilot. Big-time hitter, always a ton of fun to watch.
Started after the 0-1 pitch, and now a check down to first. And he went around. Ruled a swing. Next offering is in for a strike. Donovan leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next offering is fouled back. Here comes a pitch. This one popped up. And they get Arenado for the out. And that'll do it. So 1 left for the Cardinals. The Dodgers coming up, and we are scoreless. This is Dodgers baseball on the show, LA. Back here in LA, and for the Cardinals here this afternoon, it's Miles Michaelis. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Boog, 8 solid innings his last time out, picked up the win. See what he's got today. If he plays catch with his catcher the way he did, doesn't shake off, I think we'll see more of the same.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. And a pitch. And that's outside. Michaelis, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, a curve, and he works in a changeup. The wind of the pitch. Right side. It's in and out of his glove. Knocks it down. And he's into second with nobody out.
Well, you can't give him 2 errors on that play, but that's pretty much what it looked like. Tried to stay with it after the bobble, and he might have pulled it off with a good throw, but it's very easy to rush the throw when you don't field it cleanly. A lot of times guys don't have a good grip on it, and I think that was the case right there.
Make 100 mil selling songs. Split it with the team when we on.
David Peralta at the plate, coming off a 4-hit effort in yesterday's game. Swings through that one. 0-1. Popped up. Donovan makes the grab, and there's 1 down. Here's the Dodgers lineup now. The home run, a big part of the equation when it comes to this offense, Singy. They're one of the better clubs in the league in terms of putting runs up via the homer.
Yeah, and that makes them even more dangerous because they're going to get their hits, but they're also going to get those home runs and have runners on base, which is multiple runs out of 1 swing. So, yeah, you really have to try to manage a team like this and keep them contained. You can't give up extra outs, whether that be an error or a walk.
O'Neill pulls it down, and there are 2 outs.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Mookie.
Here's Mookie now. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Out towards left center. Yepes flashes the leather on the run and catch. So the Dodgers leave 1 scoreless after 1. New inning getting started, and now the DH, Nolan Gorman. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
May back to work. He caught it behind his back, and they get the out.
Batting 6, the right fielder, Juan Yepes.
And now it's Juan Yepes. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. In the air, right field. Betts makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Tyler O'Neill in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next offering upstairs. Two down, nobody on.
That's the ball.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And O'Neill is retired. That is the inning. Redbirds down quietly. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. We head to the bottom of the second, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Trace Thompson. And a pitch. That one the other way. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting 6, the catcher, Will.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in.
West Coast lifestyle, watching the dope stack. Dodgers, Angels, Kings, Ducks, money.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at-bat.
Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not even going to think about it. That's a good thing. A 1-2 count, all he's seen is fastballs. You've got to expect something off speed. Stay back.
Here's a 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Kicks and deals. Fouled off. He was late. And the 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Got him swinging. Dodgers down in order. We'll move to the third with no score. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar.
Lars,
The pitch.
Nootbaar.
Ball 1, no strikes. Nootbaar goes 6 feet 3 inches in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games. The 1-1. Tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. No swing. The wide to kick the pitch. Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Rojas with the throw to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting ninth, the catcher, Ivan Herrera.
And now it's Ivan Herrera, a guy who makes an impact not just at the plate but also in the field. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. Swings through the fastball up in the zone. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Peralta makes the catch, and that quickly 2 away.
The batter, the shortstop,
Tommy Edman at the plate, caught looking his first time up. Edman, 27 years old, and he's a former National League Gold Glover. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Righty delivers. There's a strike at the knees. Way high.
Ball high.
Top of the third, no score. And that one in the air center field. Peralta makes the catch, and that'll do it. And down in order go the Cardinals. Still no score. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And now Chris Taylor.
the second baseman,
Michaelis, a 6'4 righty, 34-year-old vet, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. That one ripped left field. That's down. One hops off the wall. And that's a double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Max Muncy at the dish. Well struck right field. That one's got a chance. Gone. Max Muncy leaves the yard. His 150th career homer. And that gives him a lead. It's 2-0.
Went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Miguel Rojas. And takes low for ball 1.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
There's a strike.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
Man, just looking lost at the plate this first AB. Some of those swings aren't even close.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup. And up next for Los Angeles, David Peralta. 0 for 1 so far. That one blasted deep to right. That's back there. And gone! That'll fire up the dugout. Third home run of the season. And they add a run. It's 3-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. When you're working with this kind of velocity, it's so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Tap back to the mound. Over to Goldie. And Freeman is retired.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Here's Mookie to hit. Hit it well, but flied out to the deepest part of the outfield his first time. And there's a fly ball deep right field. That one's back. And that ball is gone. Mookie Betts blasts one out, and they boost their lead. It's 4-0.
Level, you got to be good. Sometimes you got to be a little lucky. That was a pretty nasty pitch. Sinker on the outside corner. But he did a great job of covering it, and he hit the ball out of the park.
Trace Thompson getting ready to hit. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. That misses the zone. Ball 1.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
Two outs. Bounce to the left side. Sends it across to first. Inning over, although plenty of damage done. But they go deep 3 times in the inning and score 4. 3 innings complete. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Cardinals nothing. Back here at Dodger Stadium, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Brendan Donovan. May back to work. And that one upstairs. And that's in for a strike. The 1-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. And a ball and 2 strikes. Struck him out swinging. The high heat too much on that one.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate. Flied to right his first time. And that's outside.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
The 1-0. That one in there across the letters. Into center and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
He was all over that one. He put a great swing on that ball. Took the barrel right to it. Nice extension as well. 105 exit velocity. That tells you everything you need to know about that swing.
Arenado batting for the second time, and that's strike one. At the belt and fires. Now 1-1. Goldie, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-2. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3 double play, and the inning is over. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Cardinals nothing. And welcome back. Bottom of the 4th, and here's the catcher, Will Smith.
On the mound, he's got to remember his offense can score a lot. So if he can hit the reset button from here going forward, there's still a chance that his club can win this ball game.
Fought off foul.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
0-2 as he waves at that one.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Little chopper rolls foul. The pitch. Outside. Swing and a tapper. And he grabs it foul.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Fights it off. He'll see another. The 1-2. Swings and misses. Struck him out. 2 outs. Base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Chris Taylor. Doubled in his first AB.
Chris Taylor.
In there, and it's 0-1. Swing and a miss.
2 pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Next offering is fouled back. Righty to the plate.
1-2.
Pitch misses. Now 2-2. Right through there. Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's Nolan Gorman. And here it comes. Inside corner for a strike. Just missed. Here's a 1-1. And fouled off. The wind of the pitch. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Kicks and fires. And that one lifted in the air center field. Peralta makes the catch. And there's one down.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Now up for St. Louis, Juan Yepez.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
Peralta makes the grab. 2 down.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Here's
The center
Tyler
fielder,
O'Neill. Fly to left his first time up.
O'Neill.
Up and in, and he gets out of the way.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at bat.
The 1-1. That one fouled off.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
And the righty deals.
Ball. 2-2.
Goes down looking. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Max Muncy. That funky Muncy. And the pitch. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's got a chance. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
2 hits for him in this one. Both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Here's Oliver Marmol towards the mound, and we're going to see a pitching change here. Miles Michaelis will depart, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him. Jake Woodford takes over on the mound.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a while, coming on here after 5 days rest, so he should be rested, but we'll see if he has any rust to shake off.
To the left side, but it is well foul. Muncy at second with nobody out. That one hammered, but pulled foul. The pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And next for L.A., David Peralta. He's already homered here in this one. This one in the air right field. Nootbaar moves under it. He's got it. Runner tags up for third. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over.
Exciting play and a great throw to third for the double play, but man, there's just no reason to try to move up to third right there. Not great base running to end the inning.
Welcome back, and here is Lars Nootbaar.
The right fielder, number 21, Lars Nootbaar.
The right-hander back to work. And ball one. And now it's even up. Out towards right center field. Taylor puts it away. One up, one down.
Now that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Ivan Herrera next up for the Cardinals. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. There's a strike.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And he deals. And that one off the outside edge.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Down the left field line, could be extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And that's a double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And it's 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Man at second. Now fly ball to right center. Betts settles underneath it. Hauls it in for the out.
The batter, the second baseman,
Brendan Donovan. Next up for the Cardinals. 1 for 2. This one lifted in the air, left field. That gets down for a hit. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. He's safe as a run scores. And he's in at second with a 2-out double. And here's Paul Goldschmidt. 4-1. Goldie in his 12th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he's a former National League MVP. And look out as that one ran in and got him.
He seems to have lost a little bit of focus on executing that pitch right there, not staying through the target, and clearly not the release point he wanted.
Arenado in the box again, takes a strike.
Some guys are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
The 0-2. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Off the mark there, and it's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Out of line, out towards center. Peralta settles under it and makes the catch. And that is that. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 4-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 6th inning. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Tap to first. Goldie takes it himself. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting.
Now it's Mookie Betts. He's already homered in this game. Pitch misses inside. 1-0. Woodford, in his 3rd season, he features a sinker, a slider, a four-seamer, a curve, and he works in a changeup. The pitch. And 1-2.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Right-handed reliever. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 2 away.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back to back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
Thompson at the plate with 2 away. Swings through that one. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Caught him looking for the K. Nothing doing for the. Back here at Chavez Ravine, top of inning number 7. And the batter now, Nolan Gorman. Caleb Ferguson on to pitch out of the pen here.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Ferguson.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And that one missing low. And the 1-0. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Not close with that one, and that's ball 2. And there's the strike. Left-hand hitter waits. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Yeah, Betts batting with 1 down, takes a strike. The wind and the pitch. There's the strike. Upstairs.
Oh, that's high.
Swing and a miss. Snuck the fastball by him. So up next, Tyler O'Neill. First offering misses badly for ball one. Left field, and he knew it.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Stepping in, Lars Nootbaar. In there for strike one. And a pitch. Foul ball. Left-hand batter waits. And that just misses.
That's a ball.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
2 down, nobody on. That one 95 to finish him off. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now 4-2. Back here in L.A. And now the catcher comes up to him. Will Smith. Woodford back to work. Fly ball down the line. And that is a foul ball.
Well, that's where you want to be right there. All over that first pitch fastball. Just a little too much hook on it. Straighten that thing out. You get to jog around the bases.
Swing and a miss, and he waves at that one.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Herrera down to first. Safe! He beats the throw. Good hustle right there.
I feel like that's one of those rules in baseball that's tough to explain the logic behind if you're talking to a new fan or someone trying to learn the game. It's like, wait, what? The batter struck out, but he still gets to be on first base?
Yeah, I hear you. It's a weird one. Plus, the pitcher gets credit for the strikeout. It's an over for the batter. But, of course, no out is actually recorded. Kind of one of those, just trust me, let's move on situations. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
This one kicks away from Herrera. Throw, tag, safe at third. the middle, and it gets through. The run scores from third, and they're up by 3.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Chris Taylor now. That one out to right. Nootbaar makes the grab, 1 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Matt Muncy.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. They say it went.
0-2.
And a pitch. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And a pitch. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Way inside, gets out of the way. He goes down looking.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else and you can't pull the trigger.
Rojas now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. And 2 as he waves at that one.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's 5-2.
You softly, cause you're like the gas tank over Mr. Softies in the winter. They ain't feeling you. See, every time you see me, I got something new.
Back here at Dodger Stadium for the top of the 8th. Here's the catcher, Ivan Herrera. And this is a guy that doesn't just impact the game defensively. They count on him to deliver offense.
He's the first guy at the ballpark. He's got to study opposing hitters. He's got to get familiar with his starting pitcher for that night. And he's getting in the cage to take his swings. That's a whole lot, and so many times goes unnoticed. Got to keep things airtight defensively right here, on your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Next offering misses, and the count is even 2-2. Struck him out looking. And here comes Tommy Edman. Next pitch downstairs, and that is ball 1. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. The next offering misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. Kicks and deals. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. And now they've got some speed on first. So we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
The 1-0. In the air, out towards left center. Makes a nice running catch. 2 away now.
Now batting, the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt next up for the Cardinals.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Next pitch misses inside, and the count is 1-1. Edman off of first with 2 away. The pitch. And a ball evens the count.
2-2.
Got him swinging. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. The Cards leave 1, and the deficit remains 5-2. Jordan Hicks gets the call from the pen. He has a great
Number 12.
I don't have to hustle all my life. Trying to make it legal, do it right. Trying to fill the darkness with the light. I know that don't happen overnight.
The pitch. That to right. Nootbaar makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit.
And a foul ball. Here's your 1. Next offering is outside. Activity in the bullpen. Anthony Misevich, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. And now 2-1. A little bit low.
Oh, that's down.
That one ripped. And it hits the fence. He's in at second with a 1-out double.
All over that one right there. He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing, and a fraction of an inch different on the bat, and it is probably out of here.
1 out, runner at second. Here's Mookie Betts. 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Runner at second here, 1 gone. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. And the right-hander deals. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Here comes a pitch. Foul ball still 0-2. Runner leads away at second. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Trace Thompson steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a miss, strike one.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
And that one gets past the catcher. He's in there. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Have to be really sure you can make it safely to third when you're in scoring position and 2 outs. Got to get that run across. Very important. Does a nice job of reading it. Gets to third base, now just 90 feet away.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Here's a rocket out to left. Yepes makes the play, and that'll do it. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Daniel Hudson.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
The 0-1. That's to third. Whips it across. Now 1 gone in the 9th.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
The designated hitter,
Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals. Strike one. Hudson, in his 13th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. Next offering is in for a strike. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. A little slider action.
Smoked into left, base hit.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
One down. Now Juan Yepes. Late swing, fouled off. The next pitch misses, and it's a ball and a strike. Gorman at first, 1 gone. On the ground, could be 2. Rojas for 1, and that's a double play to end it.
A little sigh of relief for the pitcher there, ending the ball game with a nice double play. You always love when you can get 2 for 1, especially when it wraps up the ball game. Nice win for these guys today.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Nothing worth it is easy. Nothing easy is worth it. Y'all live when we die. What you leaving is earthly. Got him moving silly. Wonder why nobody ever make it out of city. Heard he got in a heart full of envy. Nowadays, hate to see it when you win it. Yeah, so everybody ain't clapping. They only tune in just to see what can happen. And when it do happen, they gon' want the refraction of love only real when they see that you next. Between me and you, just between me. You just gotta see that. The crowd can't do what they do.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Dodgers, 5.